Hello everyone, I am Dr. Tejas. I have secured an All India rank of 354 in this year's NET PG. Today, I will be telling you how to prepare your own customized schedule according to your preparation. Also, in the end, I have also shared my schedule that I will make for myself if I was in your place. Always make a schedule before starting your preparation because if you don't have a schedule, your preparation will keep stretching and you will feel like you are studying, but you won't get enough time for further reads, and that ultimately creates the unnecessary anxiety in the end. But one thing I always say, never blindly copy paste my schedule or anyone's else. You can take a reference and make your own personal schedule. A good schedule is always personalized. Only you know which subjects are strong for you and which ones are weak. So let's take an example. Surgery is a strong subject for me, but if someone tells me that finish the surgery in the 14 days, I don't need that 14 days and I can finish it in a 10 days. So those extra 4 days, I will shift them to my weaker subjects. But for me, my pathology is weak, and people say do the patho in 7 to 8 days. But I know I only studied the patho in the second year, and that too just for the theory exams. And in the NEET PG and the INICT, pathology has high weightage. So why will I compromise? I will give myself a 10 days for the patho instead of the 7. And this is just an example. And this is what we call as a personalized schedule. So don't think that topper ka schedule is equals to your schedule. Take it as a reference, but don't copy paste. And one more thing, if you already have a schedule made, then stick to it. Don't keep changing it again and again after watching others' plans. Because changing the schedule means resettling your whole momentum and that will waste your time. Now let's talk about what my schedule looked like and how I allotted my time for my reads. First thing, I did almost my entire preparation from the home. And in the first 6 months, I have joined the library near my house just to build the momentum. But later I shifted back home, and honestly, it doesn't matter where you study, library or the home, because ultimately it's your inner power that drives you. Yes, a new environment can push you for the few days, but preparation is a marathon and it's not a sprint. Discipline and the inner hunger matter more than the environment. So now let's start with what my daily schedule look like. In the morning, I used to start my day at 8 a.m., study till 12:30 p.m. with a 15 to 20 minute break in between. And this time is very important as the NEET PG and the INICT happens within this time. So try to study in maximum concentration in this time. Later from 12:30 to 1 I took a lunch break. Again from 1 to around 5 to 5:30 I studied. In between I always took a 30 to 40 minutes power nap, and that nap literally saved my second half. From 5:30 to 6 again I will go for the short break, and in the evening from the 6 to 9 p.m. I have another study session. From 9 to 10:30 again is for the dinner and the relaxation by watching some episodes of some series. Now after 10:30 p.m. I used to get lazy, and in the beginning I didn't study at all after the dinner. But slowly I made it a habit to at least do a custom model MCQs. So nothing heavy, just to stay in touch. So overall my active study time came around 10 hours per day. But again, it's not about studying the 10 hours, and it's about the consistency. There is no point of studying it 14 to 16 hours in a one day and doing nothing in the next. Start with 8 hours, build momentum. Otherwise, you will burn out very fast. Now, let's talk about the what things you should consider before making your schedule. The first thing is the weightage of the subjects. You have to see which subject get the more questions in the NET PG and the NSAT, and which ones get the fewer. As you can see on the screen, this is the average number of the questions asked every year. Major subjects like the medicine, surgery, OBGY, and the PSM, usually around 15 to 25 questions are asked. So you have to allot them a maximum time. Mid-weighted subjects like the pathology, pharma, microbiology, around 10 to 15 questions are asked, and subjects like the ENT, opthal, anatomy, physiology, and the orthopedics, around 6 to 8 questions are asked. Short subjects like the skin, anesthesia, psychiatry, radiology, around 4 to 5 questions are asked. So based on these, allot the time according to the weightage. But again, weightage is not the only thing. You must also see the personal strong and the weak subjects. Allot more time to the high weightage subjects and that you are weak at, and slightly less to the strong ones. This is how your schedule becomes truly personalized. Now most of you already made the schedule, so stick to it. Just try to finish your first read at the December end and the mid January. And for those who are starting now, let's move to the timeline. Let's take the scenario that I have a 6 months of preparation from now until the INA City May. Now I can divide it like this. I will do the first read in the 3 months, second read in the 2 months, and third read in the 1 month. Later, whatever time I get before the exam, I can adjust for the last read. You should give maximum time to the first and the second reads because they build your entire foundation. These reads should be thorough with active recall. I will explain how I did my first read in detail in the next video. Now let's start with the actual schedule that I have made for the myself. As you can see on the screen, I have taken the 20th November to 20th February, a total of 92 days, and this is how I divided it. Take these only as a reference and do not copy paste. You can always modify it according to your need. For the first year subjects, I have given the 4 days each for the anatomy, physiology, and the biochemistry. For the second year subjects, these have very high weightage and also help you in the medicine. For pathology, I have given the 7 days, and for the microbiology and the pharmacology, I have given the 6 days each. If you do this properly, half of the medicine becomes easy. For third year subjects like ENT and ophthalmology, I have given the 3 days each, and for the forensic medicine, I have given the 4 days. Because nowadays almost 12 questions come from the FMT and the biochemistry. They are very scoring, so don't ignore them. For final year subjects like the surgery, I have given the 10 days. For the OBGY, 8 days. For the PSM, I have given the 8 days. Again, for the pediatrics, 4 days. Orthopedics, I have given the 3 days. And short subjects, I have given the 1 day each. And lastly, the medicine, I have given the 10 days. Yes, the medicine is very vast, but you don't need to do everything. Selective study is enough. I will make a separate video on how to study medicine properly. So from this, total days calculation comes around 86 to 88 days. And I have allotted the 4 extra days for the grand test. Give the grand test every 3 weeks or once a month during your first read. And this completes the 92 days schedule. One last but very important, I made my schedule multiple times because my daily targets rarely went to the 100%. And I think this happens with almost everyone. Most days I completed only 80 to 90% of what I planned. But I made sure to finish the leftover topics as early as possible after the end date. So don't take stress for these such small things. Just be consistent and you will reach your targets. I think that's it for the today's video. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, drop your doubts or suggestion in the comments and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, I'll be talking about how I approach my first read. Remember this one thing, that success doesn't come from studying the 14 hours a day. It comes from showing up every single day. So stay focused, stay hungry and keep moving forward. Jai Hind.